As the university is primarily that of agriculture, Professor Hilary Odo Edeoga's administration has given impetus to the teachings and learning of agriculture at the university through the construction and completion of Model Extension Village. It has also constructed farmhouses like piggery, poultry and ranch. Fish farm is not left out as he believes revenue can be generated from fish pond. He constructed a standard pond that also served as breeding and research center for students. Having consolidated the facilities for effective teaching and learning of agriculture and other relevant courses, his administration has initiated far-reaching measures to provide opportunities for teaching students in another strategic course of study in this part of the globe. The Edeoga's administration has taken MUAU to greater heights in terms of academic programs. For instance, the university is collaborating with Kentucky State University, USA, Borås University, Sweden, and many other international universities. Under his administration, the university has established a full-fledged College of Agriculture and Science Education as well as Department of Chemical Education. It has successfully split the Department of Computer Science from former Department of Computer Science, Mathematics, and Statistics. The Department of Plant Science and Biochemical and Department of Zoology and Environmental Biology were also split from the Department of Biological Sciences. All these measures were taken by Edeoga's administration toward reaching the full potential, vision and mission of the university for effective production of trained manpower in strategic spheres of human endeavors for Nigeria, Africa, and the world.
Abians are happy with that institution because it's now serving their needs. Before Edeoga came infrastructurally, the place was indeed in a sorrowful situation. But today, what are we talking about? Is it the road network? Is it the buildings that are springing up? Here and there. We'll go into those details. So the point being made is that it didn't serve the needs of the people. Abians weren't pleased before he came. But with the arrival of Edeoga, things began to change. So as far as we are concerned, we see Edeoga as one of the greatest Igbo citizens that lived in the area of education.
Professor Edeoga's relentless zeal to place the university in the world's map made the Senate of the university to approve the establishment of College of Medicine and Medical Sciences, which his administration immediately commenced the construction of the Medical Science Building. This is indeed a step in the right direction.
So happy that in my own time we witnessed a vice chancellor that was able to transform the glorified secondary school into a university of international repute. He did a lot. I remember when we were in D block, there was no road. That road you see there, third, was not there. Everywhere, you cannot just move. And in short, university ended at D block. That was the best building so far then. In this university then, we had only 2 hostels, and I was always scared to enter the hostels because it's not like where a human being can be. But today, he came in, the first thing he did was to build 10 hostels. He renovated all the hostels. The other day I was passing through and I saw Senior Staff Club. He is also renovating Senior Staff Club. He has done so much that anybody that is a human being will say, this man is a transformer.
Other landmark achievements of the Edeoga's administration that have elevated the university to enviable height include massive infrastructural provision such as construction of CAFST building, CASE building, library, Anyim Pius Auditorium, CVM building phase 1 and 2, seat extension building, CCSS building, Corners building, gender complex, installed renewable solar energy, renovated the VC's Lodge, D VC's Lodge, Registrar's Lodge, Bursar's Lodge, JAM ICT Center, procurement of ICT equipment, furnishing of laboratories and workshops, establishment of bookshops, radio station, X-ray department, construction of tourism village, revival of the filling station, procurement of 4 sets of 800 kVA power generating sets and 16 60 kVA power generating sets to constantly supply power to the campus and laboratories, as well as establishment of MUAU standard microfinance. Apart from these projects, a lot of strategic projects are under construction. Professor Edeoga is optimistic that these projects will be completed soon, as he has made frantic efforts to make the funds available for their completion. For instance, bread and biscuit factory, office block, large examination hall, large lecture theatre, case building, central engineering workshop, indoor sports hall, public toilets, multi-purpose hall, construction of Chancellor and Pro-Chancellor's Lodge, Central Science Lab and boreholes. During Edeoga's tenure, the university has raised the standard of teaching at the MUAU Primary and Secondary School. It has completed the office block and built 4 standard dormitories for the secondary school. It has equipped the school's classrooms with modern seats and desks. Perhaps one of the areas that he demonstrated gender sensitivity of his administration is the establishment of the Center for Gender and Child Development. It is a center that is in the forefront of empowering women through trainings, workshops, and skills acquisition programs.
The center actually, we took off in 2012, November 2012 precisely. And since then, we've achieved a whole lot. It's a Center for Gender and Child Development, so we try to carry both the women, the children, and everybody along. Now, the center is actually in collaboration with Nexil Nigerian PLC, of which each time we have programs, we bring in the host community women, and we try to teach them some tips on wellness, on health, on nutrition, just to improve their lives and their families. And we're also in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, and then the Growing Girls and Women Initiative, which is the GWIN. We try to train women on agriculture, on cassava processing, packaging, marketing. So that's what we've been able to do for these community women. We've organized workshops and trainings for some women in the host communities. We try to reach as many women as possible. Like we have some communities around us here, like Umuariaga, Umudike, Olokoro. What we do is we bring in women from those communities each time we have workshops and conferences, just to also impact knowledge. For example, when we have the Maggie program, each year we have this Maggie Women program. We collaborate with Nexil Nigeria PLC, and then we try to bring women to improve their culinary potentials of the women. We try to improve them on nutrition, teach them some tips on nutrition, and then health and wellness. And then we also have some teachers around. We try to train. Each time we travel and then we come back here, like, it's not everybody that can actually travel. So what we do whenever we have conferences outside the country, the first thing we do when we get back is to bring in the community women, and then we try to impact those things we learned outside. We try to teach them to also improve their way of life and the way of living. So we've been able to do that over time. Each year, every time we travel, we try to do that.
The secret behind Professor Edeoga's success in becoming a veritable change agent is his philosophy of hard work, humility, and teamwork.
A university is not complete when there is no student. You can't call it an institution without the student. The student remains the central point of a definition of an institution, including universities. Without the student, there will be no university, and there will be no vice chancellor. Without the students, there will be no, the government will have no business spending money in the university. They will feel it's a research institute. So that is why I know that when the students are comfortable, then there will be peace, and there will be the required convenient atmosphere to do research, community service, and development. Therefore, the staff, the students cannot be here without people taking good care of them. And those who are to do that are the staff. Therefore, you must have that strong human resource base, qualified professors, senior colleagues and academics, a highly technical staff and administrative staff that will provide the necessary services necessary to give the students the required knowledge they are looking for, and that have been the main reason of coming to this place. So that's why I know that if I get it right with the students and the staff, I will have no issues, and the administration will be on the right path.
As the Vice Chancellor, Professor Edeoga still finds time to go to class and lecture, extends his open door policy, discussing with students outside his cozy office, and comes to work before 8 a.m. when some of his staff have not reached their offices. Professor Edeoga's philosophy is to use every arena at his disposal to advance the cause of unity as a detribalized Nigerian.
If you want to be transparent, you must be able to apply the same rule on everybody. Don't be carried away by sentiments. This one is my brother. This one is my sister. This one is from my place. This one is my relation. No. Don't compromise. Ensure that what you give A goes to B, and what goes to B goes to A. So that with that, there will be no need for comparison among the staff. There will be no need for comparison among the students. There will be no need for competition, for agitation, for criticism. So there will be peace when there is equity. Then for justice, of course. Don't say because this one is a son of the highly placed Nigerian that he has run foul of the law. You should pardon him because of the person behind him or because of the union behind him. That is the issue I have with one of the unions now, where a former chairman of that union compromised his standard, what was expected of him in the grading of student script. And I said, no, you can't do that. Corruption is not only when you embezzle money. You can also be academically corrupt by not doing the right thing. Then, fair play, of course. You don't just do because you are in a position. You don't know that there is a human face of that. If somebody has erred and has accepted the fact that he erred, there is room for committing of sin. There is room for punishment. And there is room for forgiveness. So you don't just say because you are at the helm of affairs of the institution that anybody who goes foul of the law and has really shown enough remorse that the person should. So you must be fair to all. And it must not be fair only to those who are close to you or those you don't know. You should be fair to all so that there will be peace and tranquility. There should be no double standard. There should be no miscarriage of justice. Because it is this one, let it be like. Because it's not that one, let it not be like. No, you should be fair to all.